catching behind me here. You want the hammer? That's never a good job, this, when we get the hammer. Hello and welcome to this week's video. In this week's video, we're going to get a look at the 1200 again. This time, a bit of a closer look. So we're going to get her out of here, get her up into the shed, and see if we can adjust the brakes. Now I'll show you a little clip in a minute of the brakes sticking. I'm sticking the back brake, back left I think it is. So I'll show you that and then you'll understand what's going on. So we'll get her up into the shed, see if we can adjust the brakes, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So that'll be today's video. Before we get stuck into that, as usual, thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed and commented on last week's video. The last video put up about this was a rip-roaring success, and thank you to everyone who commented. I was overwhelmed by the amount of comments I got, and I loved it. I spent the whole of Christmas Day, well, not the whole of Christmas Day, that would be a bit much, certainly a good few hours on Christmas Day, responding to comments and chatting to people, both on on YouTube and whatever other forums that you have about this machine. We've got a bit more history about it now. I'll go into that in the video and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's it. Thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed and commented, and let's get stuck into the video. So we'll get her up into the shed and then we'll pick it up from there. Right, so I'm in the cab of the good old 1200 and I'm hoping that she will start. It's been a few days since we've had her going, so we'll give her a bit of heat. We'll see if we can get her up into the top shed. No problem. Woo! That was not meant to happen. Put my foot on the right, let's try that again. That's known as user error. I think we get higher gear than this. Driving the 1200 is like driving a roller tractor because it swivels in the middle, and to be honest, it takes a bit of getting used to. You left it there? Yeah. Nothing in there to brake and below and no? No, it's not like so far. The wheels are turning. Right. So we know this is the one that's sticking. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to do?
Just put your foot on the brake. I'll turn it.
Ready?
Right.
Off. I never touched it. Brake.
Brake.
Off. Okay.
On. Off. On. There's a bit of feet. Off. It's no sticking there.
It sticks when you're driving.
Well,
What do you think? Tighten it up and see if it doesn't.
suppose the four wheels has to be after, it's just permanent four-wheel drive, is she?
Yes.
So then if you go to you run these forward, you need the front up as well, jacked up. You know, if I was trying to get this wheel here to turn, if the front was turning, I'll no do that.
Oh, you mean with the engine going?
Aye.
You need all four off.
Right, I'll adjust the brakes up and see.
Right, what are we at here? Oh, lost the light.
I'm adjusting the brakes up.
So it's all the way in until the wheel doesn't turn and then out one full turn, not right?
So,
But the springs are on.
aye, the springs on there.
Springs on there and all that.
I
seems to
don't know.
work.
See, that's a bleeding nipple there now.
Right.
Try that wheel there. Is it turning, huh?
Yep. Wait.
That's it.
That's it, not turning.
The other one.
That's the all in the same then.
Oh.
Oh, I go around the other side.
No, I can get it.
How are you going to turn the wheel?
I turn it with my foot.
Oh, okay. Very good. Ambidextrous. I don't see many oil leaks or anything in here.
Nope. It's very dry, Carl.
Of course, you need to give her a good drive to see what just exactly the crack is, but I tell you what, you won't lift that drawbar too far. Look at the length of it.
No.
That's a monster thing, that. Joe, you going to turn that wheel?
Oh, I can't. It's tight.
Tight there, is it? I see them brakes weren't too bad, sure they weren't.
No, they weren't too bad.
So I'm not sure this will work.
No, I still think it's inside, you know, but
Well, what
we will see now.
what Dave was saying, Massey Dave, when I spoke to him, was common in these is that these boys seize, as you well know, and his recommendation was to take them, 4 them off, and get them reconditioned and put them back on again.
Aye, the wheel cylinders.
The slave cylinders.
Aye.
Aye, that's the slave cylinder, isn't it?
Well, I would call it a wheel cylinder, but the slave cylinder is in the clutch.
Oh, right. Maybe I got that
But
wrong then.
no. I think they called them slave cylinders because there's the master cylinder and then the slave cylinders.
Yes, that's the master cylinder in the front there. Jesus.
That's that slipping into place there.
That scared me. Though it can't fall past the wheels. Right. So what we've done is we have freed this. What do you call this pin?
Brake clevis.
Brake clevis.
Clevis pin.
Clevis pin. So that's freed. Got a bit of spray grease on it, so that's loose. So that was seized,
Yes.
but you don't think that'll solve our problem?
I don't think so.
Right, but we'll try. We've set the brakes, haven't we?
Aye. Set the
We've freed that up. What now?
Aye.
Try it?
Try it.
Okay, let's do that then. Right, what we're up to here is this wheel is sticking on the brakes. Put it into the garage, tighten the brakes up, see if that would take it out of it, and made it worse. It was actually stuck, wouldn't come off. So, you can see it catching behind me here. So we loosen it back off again. You see it catching now. Yeah, a bit of a bollocks this. Right, just So the handbrake's on and we've a cog at the front wheel.
That's solid.
The brake lever, the brake bar is solid there.
Aye, you know. Right, put your foot in the brake, Carl.
Right, you ready?
Right,
I'm gonna put my foot in the brake.
right.
Foot on.
Off.
Off. Foot off.
Aye. That's sticking forward there.
Right, it's sticking forward.
Yes.
Right, what's the reason for that?
It could be. Give me that hammer.
You want the hammer? That's never a good job, this, when we get the hammer. Right, so, brake trial 3 or 4 or whatever it is. Tightened the brakes, made it even worse. And so we loosened it off to where it was before, and it kind of was still sticking, so we loosened it off a bit more, and it doesn't seem to be as bad. Now, it's obviously not right, but at least it will be drivable until we get it in and get whatever we need to do to it. But so I don't know what he's at now. I think he said he thinks something else is sticking, so we'll go and see. Right, okay, what have we done? We have jacked the tractor up and tested, it's only the back brakes that we're sticking, by the way, not the front. So we've jacked it up on 2 at the back, 1 at the front, got the wheels rolling and applied the brakes, and it doesn't seem to be sticking. So, or not sticking as bad. So I'll take a bit of a test run here and see if maybe we've freed them up enough to have the tractor, I would say usable, but drivable. You wouldn't want to be taking it anywhere and doing anything with it the way it is. It needs a little bit more work, but at least it would be drivable. You could drive it into the shed, you could drive it onto a low loader, and move it around safely without the brake sticking all the time. So that's what we're going to do. We'll take a little test run, see how we go. Right folks, that is the 1200 back in its temporary perch here, if you want to call it that. That actually was a little bit of a success today. The brakes are now not, I mean, they're not right, but my dad screwed them off a little bit on the back end, and they're braking, but they're not sticking. So the tractor is drivable. I wouldn't want to be going too far, but it's drivable. You could get onto a low loader, get it back off again. There is a couple of little events in the summer. Oh, I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, there is a couple of events in the summer that I would like to take this to, and if I start dismantling it now, I'll never get it back for 2 or 3 summers. So I'd like to get it serviced. That's the next job. Change oil and filters, all that stuff, and get it running that I could take it somewhere. I mean, you're not going to be driving, I'm not going to be working it, it's just going to be there for show. Maybe a little bit of a run out, that's it. Now, since the last video of this, I have been chatting to a few people. I was chatting to Massey Dave, he gave me some great advice on this and some great information. A few people have been on the comments also with fantastic information, and I thank everyone for their comments, by the way, on this. And some people took the time to write a little story, and to be honest, thank you, and incredible that you put in so much detail. So let's have a look. One person mentioned that the engine is red. The engines were not red on these tractors, they were grey. And I was contacted by a chap, Graham, and thank you for your information, Graham. The serial number on the top of the engine here reads 372. So this is not a 354 engine, it's a 372 engine, slightly bigger. So it's definitely not the original engine of this tractor. 372 engine, 6-cylinder, went into the combines. And this is a pre-1978 serial number, just with the way it reads. 372, which is the engine capacity. UA, which is built in the United Kingdom. A being a prefix for Massey, I believe. So it came out of a Massey combine, this engine. And it's rated at about 120 horse, maybe 125. So, although we've lost a bit of the originality in that we don't have the original engine, we've gained a bit of horsepower. Not that it'll make a wide difference to me, because this old car won't be doing a wide lot, but yeah, so it's definitely not the original engine of this tractor. But there you go. So every week we get a bit more information, a little bit more history, and that's solved the issue of the engine. So yeah, engine from a combine. What I think has happened here, the clock has stopped at over 7,000. I think something happened to the block, and they have put this engine in. Also, some people in the comments mentioned the swivel seat, the exhaust and the air filter with the swivel seat and the cutback tank. Classic forestry tractor. So that would tie in with the owner before the one I bought it off, who told me he thought it came from the forestry. So that would tie in. I would assume that that's exactly where it came from. It's been in the forest. So, and when they're in the forest, they do have a hard old life. However, this one seems to have, maybe it's a small forest, I don't know, but it seems to have stuck up rightly. A couple of other things I've noted since the last time. Someone has replaced this window. So the original window is probably rotted out. I would say the window for the replacement window for that's probably come from Dave. But anyway, there's a couple of replacement windows on it. I'm gonna go around the back and look at that as well. Okay, we're back here again. Spoke to the original, not the original, the owner before the owner I bought it off, the owner before Andrew. And he told me he put these arms on it. So that explains why there's very little wear in the arms. It's because he put them on there. So they're not the original arms. That doesn't matter. There's arms on it, that's the main thing. Now, I do need some check chains, I mentioned that the last time. But that explains the situation with the arms. Also, why I think it was a forestry tractor is because it has valve guards. I'll show you those. See these little boyos here? These valve guards? That would indicate that these rims, or this tractor, was in the forestry. Now, having said that, these rims are in no way, tiny little dent there. But in fairness, these rims are pretty much perfect. There is very little dents or chips on the rims that would indicate a hard life. you know, going through the forest with old tree stumps and big old stones and all sorts of things. So pretty solid on the rims, all 4 rims actually. There's the there's another view of the valve guard there, this boy here. So yeah, the rims, I think they're the original rims. Why else would you have these valve guards? So that would point to that. So yeah, a life in the forest is where this tractor has come from. Very little, well, a bit of wear on the old drawbar, which leads us to believe that it was towing some sort of forestry trailer rather than having the, you know, some of them had like a high hab thing on the back and you towed the bushes out. I don't think this one had that. We think it's been towing a forestry trailer. So yeah, so that's the update on the 1200. Right folks, that is the end of the video. I'm going to go around now and make a list of stuff that I need. It's going to be a long list. Yeah, I need to make a list of stuff that I need, take some photographs, send it off to Massey Dave, and hopefully he'll be able to parcel it all up and send it back. Exhaust will be number 1 on the list, of course. But anyway, that's the update on the tractor. Got the brakes kind of freed up. I think I'll probably take Dave's advice and take the 4 sleeve cylinders out and make sure they're all free and all that stuff. But that won't happen soon. I want to get the shed up first. It'll be easy enough to put the tractor in the back of the shed and then, you know, take those out. I have nowhere to put this beast at the moment. I'm going to have to clear out the hay shed just to get it in out of the rain. That's my priority in the next couple of days. So once I get the tractor shed up, it could go in the back and the brakes can come out of it, and that will probably be not the brakes, the sleeve cylinders, and get those done, and that might be the issue. My dad thinks it's the brakes themselves, thinks they're just worn, as happens these old brakes, and they're just locking on. So anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and some limited success there with the 1200. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, give me an old tick, give me a thumbs up. I think that's the same thing, I've said that before. Yeah, like, subscribe, and please comment. I love to hear from you. If you've got something to say, some advice, whatever, put it in the comments box. I will get back to you. So there we go. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.